whole lifestyle is around whitewater and the kayak. It's made me into who I am. It's been a journey. It's been a hell of a ride. It's given me a lot. It has taken from me, has punished my body. I'm still here to this day, but quite a few of my friends aren't. They've been unlucky and the river has taken their life. I first met Lou here in O'Kerry Falls, just down the road actually. I remember introducing myself to her. We were really good friends for a number of years, but then sort of things changed a little bit and we ended up starting to see each other. We're sort of a good match personality-wise, and we wanted the same thing in life, and that was just paddling and living it up and on the river and as well as off the river. It was sort of heading into the slalom scene, so she decided to sort of move here and get into the whole O'Kerry Falls river scene buzz. She started to do the circuit, the World Cup circuit, sort of in the hope to get into that, make that Olympic spot. Sort of as the years went on, we got a bit put off it and sort of moved on to like the extreme side of kayaking. Things haven't panned out as well as I'd like.
Renowned Kiwi whitewater kayaker has been rescued after nearly drowning attempting a treacherous waterfall plunge. Ryan Lucas is in Rotorua Hospital after he was pulled unconscious from the water by a fellow kayaker.
I cheated death. I should be dead. I just can't stress enough what my friend Mike did that day. He got in his kayak and got to me as fast as he could, dragged me to the side and performed CPR. Somehow, he brought me back. That's the only reason I'm here to this day. So yeah, I can't thank Mike enough. Thank you, bro. Being back here at Tauranga Falls 1 month after my accident, first sight of the falls, my heart dropped. It came back to me a bit, but sort of felt okay to be back in that crazy place and sort of reminisce a bit of what went down that day. My body's taken a hammering. I've taken some pretty horrible hits. Compressed and fractured my back twice now. I've got extensive damage to my left side of my ribs, and a bit of nerve damage in that area. A few off the river injuries too, mountain biking. I do worry, like, the future. I make it to 30, like what the body's going to be like. I feel like I'm 25 and I'm in a reasonably old person's body right now. Beautiful British Columbia. Always good to go back to that place. Once you sort of discover this place, and it's sort of hard to get away from it. I've had a few friends who've come here for like 4 or 5 seasons in a row now, and yeah, they're pretty much a local.
New Zealand has become my second home since I got here for the first time back in 2009, and I've come here every summer. Thanks to Mike Dawson, who use him kind of as a help to spend the summer here.
The whitewater paddlers give us a bit of stick sometimes. I guess we paddle on pretty controlled whitewater compared with them going off, 70-foot waterfalls. But there's just that mutual respect. It's not often that the whitewater paddlers and the slalom paddlers are competing at the same time, so it just expands the circle of friends, I guess.
You don't have to be a kayaker to be a river person, a raft guide, slalom kayaker, sort of all aspects of whitewater. My whole lifestyle is kayaking. That's what I do. If I'm not on the river, we're hanging around river people. That's why we're here, like in this community here in Kerry Falls. The majority of the people here are here because of the Kaituna River. This is what draws into the place. I like to call it sort of the epicentre of the whitewater scene.
It's definitely an awesome place to be, and also it's a good place to kind of disappear. Definitely getting a fair bit of a recognition back home. I don't really like the call myself superstar. The other people have to judge that. And I'm definitely out there.
I mean, I did start off paddling just whitewater, and then I got into slalom, and I'd like to do more of it. I was talking to Ryan Lucas yesterday about paddling a bit more whitewater, and there's nothing like getting out on the river and being out in nature and just paddling those challenging rapids. You get a buzz because you made it through, and it's kind of that feeling when you've won a race.
I think that's the best whitewater, down those gorges. The first gorge being Awesome Gorge, and then after that breaking into Gnarly Gorge, and then it breaks out again and then goes into Smoky Gorge, what's the longest gorge of the river. I try to go down there about once a week, walk out or keep carrying on towards Makatu. But those gorges are pretty beautiful and remote.
Non-stop, all go, continuous features down the river. You're playing with whitewater, fast-moving water. If you're stuck under the water, you don't have much time. Things are starting to get back to normal, I feel like. I was stoked and Lou was stoked, and yeah, we're having a really good summer. It was on Saturday. We paddled that gorge together and it was all good, and it was a Wednesday that day. Went over the first move and I looked behind me, had a quick glimpse of her, looked again, couldn't see Lou. Then a paddle floated past me. I peered down into the gorge and saw her life jacket float past, and then I just started screaming and yelling at Joe. I'm like, that was her life jacket. That was her f***ing life jacket. It was just, I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, we were just going paddling. All their stuff was here. You know, the room and everything, and I was just like, I wish that day never ever happened. It's definitely a struggle, and it just gives me nightmares. Yeah, it's just undescribable.
2015 was a really hard year for me. It hit me so hard, and I don't think I really realised it. Lou was always there, so to suddenly wake up and she's not there anymore, it's just a whole new thing to deal with. I guess at the Olympics, yeah, I kind of knew that she had my back out there, yeah.
When the accident happened, I was kind of 100% sure that I will never gonna go to the lower gorges again. I woke up and I knew that these guys going down there, and it was such a good group. To share that moment above the gorge with Ryan, Nuria and Garcia's brothers, it was something special for sure.
In my lifetime, that's the most alive I've ever felt, is in my kayak. For me, there's no feeling like getting down a big section of whitewater, a big rapid, and styling that rapid. And as soon as you sort of drop in, you get into that zone, and it's all sort of one vision, like move by move, moment by moment, doing it sort of as well as you could. Your adrenaline's pumping, nothing else matters at that time. You're sitting at the bottom, you're stoked, you're with your friends. That feeling's unbeatable. That's what keeps me coming back.